Bonjour, hello everyone. Today I'm going to speak in Creole because I have something to say with my Haitian people. And I think, to be honest with you, I can even start in English because I think I said Haitians is because I'm Haitian. One thing that I realized when you are from a country, when you are originally from a place, you're always blaming, oh, Haitian are always like this. But we don't realize there are other people, other countries, they having the same issue as us. So last, not even a week ago, something really triggering me to speak about why I do believe if the Haitian people they don't change their mindset. I'm saying again, if we don't change our mindset, our country will never change. And it's not only Haitian. As a black woman, I want to speak for the black community. If we don't change our mindset, we will never ever move forward to a better place. Last time I have a family member that called me. Um, they lose their mother, they lose their father. Apparently the father was he was killed by one of the cousin because of the land. Everyone who is Haitian, we know how we kill each other for land, um for things that we're not supposed to do as human being, right? And on top of this man leave two young children behind without parents. The person apparently they accuse that killed the dad, he went to the first thing he did when the dad passed away is taking the paper of the land, and on top of it he is trying to sell the land. Now the children they are adult, he was trying to sell the land to a cousin that coming from France. The reason why I want to speak about that, I want to tell you, when we are going to stop doing unfairly to our own people, when we really going to have empathy, caring for each other. Because it's funny, when we are in developed country, we complain how the white people is doing wrong to us. But how many wrong we do to ourselves? You know, it's one thing when somebody who's not my, like they are not my skin color, they are a different culture, and you can use that as racist. But what about when we are doing the same thing to our own brothers or own sisters? This is really really something that get me very irritated, because I'm a positive person and I find positive in everything. Even in the worst moment in my life, I always find positivity. But one thing, I'm always, every time that I spoke about this country, about Haiti, I do believe in Haiti. I do believe one day we will change. Now, to be honest with you, as positive that I am, I give up. Not like I give up because I want to give up, but I see, to be honest, only God can really, really change this population, can change the land of Haiti. And me talking like that, I am not a person from another place. I am Haitian originally. Even I didn't go up there, but I see what's going on. I understand the culture. I live it, and I heard it. And it's just so hard to see your own people. And one thing about us as black people, we are very, very jealous people. If somebody coming from the US, they were in Haiti before, and they come to the US or they went to France or any developed country, they're doing better, and now they go back to Haiti, they trying to do something better. Guess what? They're going to try to kill that person. And that's where we cannot go. And I'm talking about Haiti because that's the country that I from. That's the country that I can connect with. But I can speak for so many black country also like that. Because last time there's a young man, he's an influencer from Nigeria, and now with TikTok people can get they can get deals to do commercial, I mean, on social media for different company and they get paid. So because of his number of followers, so he ended up by traveling. He left Nigeria. We know that when we people who from a third world country, how hard it is to get a visa if you don't have to prove you have enough money and you're not gonna stay in the country. So guess what? They said his own friend killed him, give him poison, and that young man, younger than I, he died. Every person that you kill in your community is, it's like destroying your own land, because you don't know what vision that person has for your community. It doesn't matter they from Haiti, they from Africa, they from anywhere. We are a race that have so much hate, self-hate against each other. Self-hate against each other. And this have to be to stop, because it's been too long we've been like this. I was watching this video on TikTok. This young woman, I think from the Caribbean, not I think, she from the Caribbean. She said she will go back to she's going to retire there. And all of a sudden, African Americans said, oh, that's the problem. They come here, they don't want to stay in the United States, and black people come here to I'm like, where are we? Where are we? Are we not brothers? What is going on? What is going on into this world? We against each other. We are destroying each other. What's going on? What's going on? En Haïti, kounya, gang ap marché, c'est gang qui boss, c'est gang qui contrôle moun. C'est gang qui fait tout bagay. M'tande la dernière fois, on moun dit comme ça là dans Port-au-Prince pour la faire passeport ou quoi que ce soit. Gang nan monte dans machine nan, ou machine yo paye, gang nan dit chaque moun bay ça. M'di, m'pa ka comprendre, moi dis c'est quoi ça? Il dit oh, c'est comme ça et pour yo c'est normal. So, ça m'vle, ça haïtien vle, ça nous vle franchement. Nous toujours demander aide, nous pas ouais kounya la moun pa care de nous. Même moun nation qui te kon aider nous, yo quitte nous l'un après l'autre. Et m'a parlé de ça parce que franchement, on bagay moi senti avec race nous. Moi senti avec race nous. Nous vraiment destructifs entre nous-mêmes. Entre nous-mêmes, nous consacrer les destructions. Nous connaissons qui gens pour nous détruire, nous pas connaissons qui gens pour nous construire. Hey, just someone, welcome to my life. I am speaking in Creole. I don't know if you understand, but I needed to share that. Nous connaissons qui gens pour nous, I am doing well. I hope the same for you. Nous connaissons qui gens pour nous construire, nous pas connaissons qui gens pour nous, nous connaissons qui gens pour nous détruire, nous pas connaissons qui gens pour nous construire. Haïtien, c'est pas bon dit non bagay. Nous toujours blâmer moun. Moi connais l'autre plus grande puissance détruire pays nous tout. But li on les temps pour nous mettre tête nous ensemble pour nous comprendre ça va passer, pour nous comprendre c'est l'insupporter l'autre. On moun qui doit pas gagner en pile depuis gagner communauté, li gagne force li même avec nous fonder en communauté, nous fonder en tête ensemble, l'un ka aider l'autre. C'est ça nous pas comprendre dans kilti noir. Nous penser l'un touyer l'autre, l'un tourner contre l'autre. Ou mettre même gen on sert, moi ouais ça dans kilti moun noir même. C'est ça fait pas juste focus de Haïti. Moun noir comme ça, m'gen expérience africaine, m'gen expérience haïtienne pareil moi gen expérience oui, africain haïtienne. Ça veut dire gen africain américain tout. Ça veut dire moun noir, même si tu es là avec yo, ou apede yo. Le fait que ou pensez différent, le fait que ou est pi loin, le fait que si yo besoin bagay ou gagne pour bayol, yo tourner contre vous. You même encore. Et moun noir, yo en pile nan nous pas humble. Nous pas gen ça yoré les humilité. Les moun gen un contact. Si moun nan gen plus contact que nous, au lieu nous chercher à prendre des moun nan, au lieu nous mettre tête ensemble, nous faire bagay là, nous aller contre moun nan. Même contact ça nous chercher détruire. C'est comme ça. Pas me dire bagay là, détruire propre pièce raso. Et c'est pour ça, ouais, c'est chrétien, but bagay yo les kamari vraiment existé. Peu importe so fait ou payer dans la vie ça. Et c'est ça, il nous a payé pour coupable maintenant. Nous, ça qui a passé dans les États-Unis, nous, ça qui a passé dans le monde, nous, la destruction qui a passé. Franchement, si nous continuons comme ça, nous ne jamais dire rien. Nous juste l'un a détruit l'autre. If you want to revisit the question of yours, why narcissist people hurt others you when you lack of remorse feeling? Okay, I will check that. See where, let me read what you see when you lack remorse, you lack the feeling of guilt as well. It doesn't bother you when someone hurt due to you. Wow. Um I understand that. I understand it. But one thing that I know, I can't never understand how I was talking about Haiti, you changed the subject. I have a friend, she been to the same path as me, and when it comes to regular narcissists, they have trouble understanding it, and due to certain thing, because they think they deserve it and you deserve the bad treatment due to whatever reason, they nationalize why they hurt you. um and I used to watch this lady, Dr. Ramani, and she speak a lot about narcissists, and my friend told me to not keep looking at that, because when you been a victim of narcissist abuse, um you become kind of addicted to know more and more and more, and which I feel like you can't just focus on that. Like she said, I took her advice. I will speak about that, tell people what I'm dealing with, sharing my experience, and that can help others. But I really try to not staying on this too much, to be honest with you, because I feel like we're living in a world, hurt people, you know. And I do believe in God, and it doesn't matter what type of personality disorder a person has. I do believe God can change them if God wants to, if they allow God to. That's the problem. So things that I don't understand, when you've been to tough situation, you either learn from it. To be honest with you, I find positive in the worst situation in my life, and I never feel that I have to turn it against someone and feel enraged is because of that person and become worse than the abuser. So that's why I never understand narcissists, to be honest with you. But thank you for sharing that. But for me, since I am sociopath, I just do it because I gain something what I really want. What do you want from it? Wow. What do you want from it? So you want to be happy, and I'm sure you're not. If you're a sociopath, it's not like happiness. Maybe I don't know. To be honest with you, I discovered this narcissist thinking thing in the United States. I didn't even know this word exists. But I will keep you in my prayer, and hopefully this will change. Yeah. So talking about Haiti. And again, like I said, I talk about Haiti because I'm Haitian, but I don't think it's only Haitian. I think it's in her community, we do have this difficulty, we do have this problem. Nous pas connaît qui gens pour supporter l'une et l'autre. Et franchement, m'pa ka di tout le monde, but majorité nan nous gen problème ça. C'est un problème infériorité. Infériorité à l'intérieur nous, que le fait nous sentir nous inférieurs avec un monde, nous devons détruire moun nan, nous devons faire moun nan mal. C'est une sorte aussi, c'est une sorte d'infériorité, pas juste infériorité, et aussi confidence, et aussi surtout entre filles. Moi, pour moi, l'énergie sérieuse, c'est l'énergie diable. Ouais, moi, m'pa pi belle femme au monde, m'pa jamais penser, m'pa jamais chercher un jour moi jalouse de un ami, de un bagay. E se men bagay la an Haiti ka pase. Mwen wè sa avek an pil nan nou. Ou met la pou an moun nan soti li toune kontre ou. But mba vle di se ke se haïtien paske ou kon sa genyen, nou se l'être humain, même Jésus nous te trahi. Alors c'est pas haïtien qui parle trahi haïtien. But franchement, faut nous chercher un gens pour nous changer ça. Parce que si propre ou même, haïtien toujours ap se, oh yo pas respecté nous, yo di nous ça, yo di nous ça. Là pas respecté tête, qui j'en vle moun respecto. Même une femme qui non relation, m'ka tout ça tout le temps. Gade san mi m genyen, franchement, te genyen, des fois m pa même ka comprendre, moi dis wow. There is worse people than me. I like put effort into my stuff. I try not to destroy people, so I act the way to meet my needs. And about happiness, that's the reason I do therapy. I want to better my quality of life instead of just trying to kill time until I die. Good job. I'm proud of you. Minimum, the beautiful thing about you is you know your problem and you trying to fix it, you know? And I think nobody is perfect. I don't have a personality disorder, but I was with someone, and the hardest part is this person never acknowledged that he has a personality disorder until now. Now he's hurting his own children. So it can be hard when you nobody's perfect. Everyone has their own issue, you know? I challenge me every day, even to wake up every day, start walking is a challenge because when you're dealing with someone who is holding your children against you, calling you in court every day, lying, doing corruption, doing lies, manipulation, he takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy and strength in order for you to that's why people ended up in drugs, they ended up in depression, you know, because you're gonna have this sadness, and this sadness can turn out into depression, into drugs if you someone. So that's why I always tell people who are dealing with this type of situation, if you have a good friend, and sometimes a good friend is not enough because we're human, and not all the time a friend gonna be able to speak to you because they're dealing with their own issues too. Everyone has their problem, but what really what sucks about people like me is we use therapy also as excuse. Hey BJ, welcome. So what, it's been a long time. BJP. So what really helped me, I pray a lot and I listen to motivational speeches, and I really have a strong relationship with God. And anytime, and another thing, my friend, I have a good friend, she's really a very spiritual Christian lady, very religious. She always had a story in the Bible that can connect with whatever that I'm dealing with. So if a person like me doesn't actively try to better their behavior, don't believe that they want to change truthfully just because of going to therapy. You always late, BJP. So but you are here. That's great. So the thing is, yes, I'm glad you went to therapy, and you also know it's not only going to therapy. Like you said, people always use therapy to manipulate the situation. Oh, I'm going to therapy, but I don't care. It's just I still want this person to be next to me. But you know your problem, and you working deeply on in you so you can better yourself. It's not having personal um those issue, is working on them. You know, everyone has what people they don't understand. There's no perfect people. Older that I get, more I understand the world. I understand people. You know, I've been single for 5 years, for almost 5 years, yes. And yesterday, there's this guy who's trying to date me for since 2 years, and he kept telling me when he saw my video, Marie, you sure you're single? I said yes, I am single. He's asking why I am single. I said, you know what? Because I am not looking for. I'm asking God to find me the right person. It is very scary in this world that we're living, and if to just go on your way, find a person, right? Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes time to undo what has been done. Yep, you are very right. And a lot of times we don't understand that we need to heal, and we think we know everything. Like, oh, I'm gonna find the right person. I'm gonna do this. To be honest with you, in this world, if you're going on your own flesh and blood, and your human way thinking that you're smart enough to choose somebody and you're gonna make it, you don't ask God to help you, I can tell you, don't get surprised, because people, they very very smart. When they want to get something, when they want to be with you, they know how to manipulate the situation, they know how to lie, they know how to play the game. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you're already in it, you stuck. I don't know how many people that I heard who've been to this situation, and that's why it's very important not to be in rush. And one thing that I can give advice to women and men, because women are not the only one that do celibacy, to what really helped me to remove the bad, because you're gonna have a lot of men or women like trying to date you, things like that. You think, oh, they came with the, you think they're very good, they this, they that, until when somebody doesn't want to wait. I wish I had this with my ex-husband. When I was dating him, I had this mindset. So I've been practicing celibacy for a long time now. And you know what? Anyone who's so interested, that's why I'm single. Sometimes adding another person is good at first, but when season change, people change. Trust me. Yes, it is true. So once they find out that I am practicing celibacy, they don't want to be in it anymore. That's when you know this person wasn't there for you to get to know you. Because somebody who loves you, respect you, who they will respect your decision. You know, they will not put pressure on you. And the reason why I said that, my first boyfriend, when I was virgin, he waited for more than 1 year, and I never remember my ex put pressure on me, you know. And it was the best relationship that I had. The man that waited for me, and he was really, and he was really like a good man. He never, he wasn't like, we were young. So, and it's his family, that's why he didn't work, and he's in France, I'm in the US. So I never remember this man, it's only about sex. So one thing that I know, what really kept me from falling into trouble, not because I'm the smartest one, by choosing the best people, because to be honest with you, I don't think there's a person in the world who knows what is the best person, because we heard people who've been married for 40 years after they find out, oh, this person has a child, this person this person that, while they didn't do nothing. And I see that in my family. I see that with people that I work with. I see it with black, with Jewish, with any race. That's human race. And unfortunately, we are operate like that. So when you doing celibacy, if a man is there just to sleep with you because of your good looking, because of your nice butt, because they think you so easy, once you say that, they won. I had this man for 2 years. He said, if I'm a child, I said, no, I'm not a child. It's just, I'm not ready for that. And I have my reason why. And I made a mistake. It was when I met my husband, I didn't take the time to get to know him. It was only physical and sexual. And I want to be connected to a deeper level with the next person who will be my husband. I don't want to give my body to a man who's not my husband. And the reason why I said that, it's because when I left my ex-husband, not even my ex-husband, before I got married, I met this man. Not way before I met my husband. When I just moved to the United States, not even moving, I was on vacation. I went to change my my euro into dollars, and I met a banker there. I didn't even speak English. He was just handsome man. educated, just my type of man. Like he looks, body, everything perfect. And he was just gentleman, came pick me up, take me out on date, and we started building a friendship, things like that. But I didn't get to know him enough. It was so physical. You see, that's why I don't put everything in my physical. I understand that there's more than that. If we could focus more into inside, to be honest with you, outside will be so much beautiful naturally, and we will have so much to offer to the other person. And that's what the world is trying to teach us, to just focus on outside. You see how everybody now, they can be beautiful, they can have big butt, they can have big everything, as long they have money. Superficial. Anyways, so I didn't take time to get to know this man. And we ended up by being having we had sex, we were dating, things like that. And I ended up by, later on in the relationship, I see it wasn't for me. I was a wild girl. No, I wasn't a wild girl. I'm just telling you that things happen. I just left my ex in France, to be honest with you. My heart was broken, and I was on vacation. You have to understand, not like we had sex right away, but he was just my style. And I just had this connection with that man. I'm like, what? This man, it was so crazy. Even when I left him, it takes me over he takes me over 12 years to forget him. Listen, I was married and this man couldn't. Let me tell you something. I had to pray, and I had to tell you, giving your body, and that's why I wish I could understand the Bible more, right? I never take the time before to read the Bible, but now I'm more into reading the Bible, because a lot of things that says in the Bible, there's a reason why, right? And when they said don't give your body to someone who's not your husband, there's a reason why. Because when two people had sex together, they connected. And sometimes the connection is not even the right connection. I had a very bad connection with this man, and he wasn't for me. He wasn't the man that I want. I know myself. I will not be in a relationship like that. He was this type of controlling man. He was this man who doesn't speak well to women. He showed it to me after. So I knew I have to leave. But guess what? I was connected to him. I left him. I blocked him for over 5 years. I got married. I have children. And I remember he gave me his business card. One day I fall on his business card. After I have kids, I started thinking about him. Do you understand? To tell you. And I was still, when you're married, you don't think about your ex, but there's people, if you have a memory of them, like a picture, you fall on the picture, it's gonna bring you memories, right? So, and I spoke to him um after I left my ex-husband. After like 2 years that I went to New York, I met him, and I told him, I said, you need to, I started telling him he was still single. So when I explained to him, I said, I think I have a soul tied with you, and I really have to pray about it. He said, what do you mean? You mean I'm the devil? I said, no, you are not the devil. And even that, we were trying to get to try again. You know, one thing about me, once I see something is not for me, I run. I don't care about how handsome you are. I'm more, how do you call those people? I'm connecting here, not physical, right? The physical is very, very important, yes, but I can be, I always find it's kind of fascinating, this thinking of someone else for me. For example, when I don't directly interact with them, they are basically delayed out of my mind. Wow. because you said it. You said you don't have, like, you don't really have a connection with people. That's why. But if you don't have a personality disorder, you're not a sociopath, you're not, it's normal when you like someone or you love someone, you don't just remove them in your mind like this. That's the problem between you and a regular person who operate with feelings, with normal things. Because for us, when we love, we truly love. When we care, we truly care. But when you don't care for someone, it's easy. And again, that's how you're breaking hearts. You're hurting other. Okay. So, so from there, this man, and when I went, after when we went again after over 12 years, because when he met me, I couldn't speak English. Can you believe that? I was on vacation, I couldn't speak English. So we met after 12 years. He has a child, I was married, I have two kids. And he said, and he was very like mature. He is mature, he is a man now, very treating me different. But something that I'm looking into a man, he didn't have it, right? Yes. So he didn't have it, and I don't want to call him narcissist. I don't want. I have so much respect for him, but he remind me sometimes of my ex-husband. I told him that all the time, and I have to warn, and I have to. I cried. It's not like, oh, I left him like this. That's why I decided to not interfere with relationship that is not from God. Anytime a man come to talk to me, the first thing that I do, I go to God, I pray, I say, God, show me if it's the man for me. And I can tell you, he always show me. I remember every important emotional response of yours. Do I can work with it to deepen the connection and again more and more trust. Yeah. And and it was hard. It was really, really hard to forget him. I said, I was young. I'm still young, but when I just come on vacation, now we adult. Why, God? Why still remember of this man? Why? He got a life. And I don't know. It was really hard for me. So I started praying about it. Yes, I pray about it. I cry about it. My heart was broken. I decided, and things that I was doing to him, with him and I felt like I was, deeply inside of your heart. That's why I tell on integrity. That's why gonna keep you from doing bad thing, because you don't have people who has integrity. They don't wait on another person to check on them. They check on themselves, right? Before I judge someone, I judge myself first. Am I in a good place to judge? Because it's easy for us as a human being to judge other. Do we judge ourselves? Do we look at our lives to see what are we doing? When we messed up, do we go to try to learn from what we did wrong and apologize to the other one? So we were having fun, and we weren't like husband, and I also help people because helping people is the most effective way to manipulate them towards your own goal. Wow, that is crazy. No, I don't believe you. You couldn't speak English, Mary, because you learned the bad English language very well. You are my smart, pretty crazy lady. No, I couldn't speak it. I really couldn't speak it because I remember when I entered to the bank. I still remember it was Chase, is Citibank. He was working for Chase, and I said, um, he said, where you from? I said, France. In French, we said France, not French, not France. And he couldn't understand what I'm saying. And he said, huh? I said, France, France, France. So, and yeah, so to tell you that I couldn't speak English at all. I just know how to say my name is Marie. I from France. I speak English. I speak French, no English. And they said, "How you know how to say that? You said you don't." But that's what I learned how to say. Leave me alone. So from there, to be honest with you, I was like surprised, and every time him and I we get intimate, I always feel the guilt. Even we had a great time, I always feel the guilt inside of me. And I kept telling him, I said, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. And I'm single, he's single. I'm not we could say for the world, we're not doing anything wrong. But I know. I said, God, I know I'm doing something wrong. I really know that I'm doing something wrong because this man is not for me. Even he's single, he's not for me. First, I said, God, why I cannot? You have to be careful too. That's why I listen to a lot of motivational speeches from pastor. The devil come with feelings too. People always say, "Oh, God give me feelings." The devil come with feelings, right? And not because you cannot forget what happened. You think, oh, maybe this is the. There was a point I said, maybe this is the right man for me. Him and I. Look, I am divorced. He is single. He had a kid now. He's single. Maybe God wants us to be together. No, no. That's why also single, because through a lot of trial and error I became quite good and exploring, and it's always only so lush that it doesn't directly affect a person negatively, though I don't hurt them, but we know nobody is, I can't limit it, and so it becomes out of control with time. You have to pray about it, or just someone just pray about it. Pray about it. God can do anything, I can tell you. If right now this man, I don't speak to him, he has so much power over me at a time. That's why in order for me to move to a different person, I had to block him, remove him. Even after 12 years after I got married, I thought I remove him. Sometimes you think you move on from someone, you didn't really move on. So I pray about it. Prayer is really, really what really helped me to remove this man in my mind, right? So not because he is a bad person, he's not a bad person, but he's not for me. And I know if I go with that man, I will suffer more than what my ex did to me, because I love him deep, very deep. The love that I have for him was too deep. And I'm just like that, was so into him. And it was just really a strong, strong feeling each other. So, and I see what I'm looking for in a husband. He didn't have it. He's very educated. He's um financially very, very good, doing very well. But for a husband, what I'm looking for, a husband, a godly husband, a godly man, he didn't have it. I'm sure he believe in God. There's other things also. He's not a man who is affectionate. He's not someone who's caring. He's not someone, if he did something wrong, he will tell you. He will take responsibility, and I hate that. So there's a lot of other things that I am looking into a man or a human being. He didn't have it. I said, no, this is not for me. And it's 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 hurtful when you really care for someone and you see that, and the person kept telling you how they like you, but because he was very open. He said, look, my parents, I never they don't hug me. I wasn't raised like that. He's a Nigerian boy too, born in the US but Nigerian. Or in Nigerian culture, we very, they taught us to be very rough. And the older Mary that I know, before I met my ex, I would take the time to say, oh, I can change him, but I don't do that anymore. This is an adult. People who are raised away, it takes them time to change, only if they want to challenge themselves. it takes a long time for them to change. Especially, I lived this situation with my ex, and I saw how this man, he prefer break up his relationship in order for him to challenge himself to change, and instead he continue blaming everyone. So I will not keep repeating the same thing. And it's easy when you coming from a bad situation to fall into another bad situation. So from there, I pray, I pray, and I pray, and I pray, and I pray. And one day I told him that, you know what, I do believe that as a woman who truly believe in God, of what you and I doing, it's wrong, and I don't feel proud of me doing that. And I wanna practicing celibacy. I don't think you're the right man for me, and I'm sorry. It's better we don't see each other. And since then, he tried to reach out to me, and he called me selfish. And I know God knows that I'm not selfish. I know God knows my heart. I care, but I've learned also to put my values first before trying to protect everyone, trying to fix everyone problems, and later on the problem becomes mine. I'm not God. We have to learn that things that we cannot really taking care of, there's a higher power. God is the one that can help us. We cannot just go out of our way, think we can fix everyone's problems when we cannot even fix our own problem. And I have two children to help, who is dealing with a narcissist dad, a dad that is very, very trying to destroy the life. So my focus right now, it's on my children. It's on God, on myself, my children. And if a man is coming in my life, he has to be there to give me more positivity than me losing my energy, losing my, I don't say I will not be supportive towards you, but I don't want to be this mother. I don't want to be this therapist anymore. I don't want to be this person I am not, and trying to understand what's going on with you, and you as an adult, instead of you taking responsibility, going to get help and understand what's going on with yourself, you're just destroying your family. I don't want to do that anymore. Even with friends now, you know, that 2021 was really a big change in my life, because I had a lot of friends that I will go out every weekend, have fun, like between girls we go out. But I got COVID-19, and I lost my job. And those one of the friends, she will come get me for birthday. She will come get me for this, for that, going and in my apartment. And during COVID-19, she has her cousin coming from Haiti with those leaf. You know, in Haiti they have very strong leaf that help with its natural medicine with whatever type of um issue you have. And she told me, "Oh, Marie, if you didn't live too far from me, I will bring the leaf for you." I said, "Please, can you just?" She knows how I love natural medicine, and I said, "Could you please bring them, put them in front of the door, since I have COVID, you don't need to see me." She didn't bring them. My heart was very broken, and this person also made me lose over $5,000 in a nonsense business. So I realized, I said, you know what? Sometimes um, it's better to be with a small group of people than having a big group that is who doesn't care for you. And from there, God gave me enough wisdom to tell to stay away. And and you things that you think you don't have, when you pray, you will get it. Because I am someone who is so caring about other people's feelings. I always like to forgive, forgive, forgive. And I've learned that I'm not God. I can't keep forgive people. And I've learned, if you allow people to hurt you once, they will hurt you twice. So I tell this person that um that I am in a different part in my life right now. I'm not interested continue being friends. Like nothing wrong. I just one night I pray and I just it's like God pushed me at 5 a.m. I text that person on WhatsApp. You would think I'm crazy. And from there I just like pray about Facebook, things like that. I just didn't have no intention to be on Facebook, to be on this, to be on that. And I'm still praying, to be honest with you, because when you've been in the world, you always on social media. You always social media is not wrong. Don't get me wrong, but if you always on it, you become an addiction, right? And always going out with friends, you know. But you want to have quality people in your life, people who you know. When you have something, they will be there for you, not only in the good time. You're just going out, have fun. I've learned to choose quality over quantity, and this is really something that I've learned that never ask a woman her age. How old are you? I understand you don't want to be controlled. You just want to love someone to listen to you. Yes, BJ, you understand that. And so from there, yes, because my I know my personality, and it's funny. Um, it's funny because um I am very submissive, but don't make me you want me to be submissive, right? I am a very strong woman. I think all black women are strong. We were raised like that. But I've learned, I had a very soft dad. I've learned I'm a soft spoken woman. You have to push me to show you my rough side. So I'm a very soft person, but I don't like to, I think everyone don't like to be controlled. I was listening to Miles Monroe. I don't know if you know Miles Monroe. He died. He was a pastor, a motivational speaker. He from the Bahamas. Very well known for his work. So Miles Monroe said that God didn't create us with a spirit. Yes, you, you um with a spirit of being follower. We are Everyone has the spirit of leadership in them. So that's why human being, they don't like to be controlled. And he said it as a man of God. This man explained a lot of time in the Bible, we use the scripture to in her way to control others. When they said the man is the head of the home, that doesn't mean you're going to abuse your wife. You're going to treat your wife as a slave. You're going to control your wife. That's the thing that a lot of people, they don't understand. God helped me in a lot of things. Right now, you said, how did God help me? How did God help you? God helped me in everything. Just someone. Um, I was in ways. I was raised in Paris. In France, majority of French people, they are what they call atheist. Athei. People who doesn't believe in God. You know that. And And me, I was raised with a dad who always pray, but my dad, he doesn't go to church, but he always speaking to God. That's why I am a very spiritual person. People never seen that. But the fact that I wasn't raised in Haiti, I grew up in a country very free. I'm always out. I never had time, to be honest with you, to spend with God. I never know how. I did a lot of drug. I mean, before I took a ton of psychedelic, like IST, I was 100% not no God. But after that, I would say there might be 0 0. Oh wow. So um that's why I am not 100% saying what happened to me is a bad thing, because a lot of things that happen to you, you don't know for what reason. Now I know for what reason it's happened to me. But what is not you that overcame the challenge in acquiring a better perspective in life? Yes. So what I'm dealing right now, I've been dealing with it since 2018. There's a lot of things I don't give more details into every details that I've been through. So my ex-husband, he is just focused on destruction. When I mean destruction, God helped me to deal with my emotion, because let me tell you something. People who are dealing with my situation, a lot of them fall in drugs, fall into alcohol. Some of them, they commit suicide, um, or they destroy themselves. And because I'm dealing with someone, something very very deep, I can't even explain it. And when I just started in this, when I just started with my ex, when the divorce started, I didn't know how to deal with it. I was just, that's why I cut all my hair. It was very emotional in me. It was very very mental, even physical. So I understand I have to find a way to be positive in this situation, because this person is clearly an evil spirit person. He just focused on destruction instead of building for the kids, or let's just doing good parental. So I ended up praying. Um I ended up listening. My cousin told me to pray. I don't used to pray like that. Between, if you don't mind, I will guess you look like very sexy. 26 if you're older than 30, then give some tips for my sister. Thank you. Um, well, I will give you some tips later on for your sister. But I'm not far from this age, so I'm not that old. So, this is when I started praying. I started praying. My ex messed up my credit. I couldn't rent an apartment. Um, he did it on purpose. And my thing, I said, even if I will sleep in the street, I will never go back to this person. Because one thing about me, when I love you, I love so deep. I don't hate. But once I lose, I don't trust you anymore, I can't never go back to you. That's why it comes to integrity. You put your respect before money, before materials. And that's what hurting this man so much, because it doesn't matter what he has, he can never have me. I'm done forever. So this is when you live in a country, you have two children, you don't have support, you don't have family support, you don't have your family there, you by yourself, dealing with someone who has money, who knows people, who is crazy, who is manipulative, you can turn crazy. And there's a point I didn't even have my green card. Prayer really helped me. How prayer really works for me is because every time that I pray, I saw God answered to my prayer really fast. God answered to my prayer really fast. And I want to tell you something. If you going to pray, don't expect God to work the same way he works for someone. You have to be, number one, you have to be very patient and pray for God to expand your faith. I didn't, I always been a faithful person, believe in me. I can do this, I can do that. But I didn't know I have such faith in God. And I still praying. And when I pray for my children, I say, God, the first thing I pray that my kids will always have faith in you. They will always put you first. Because as long that you have faith in the worst situation in your life, you will always find positive. And that's what make a difference when we trying to do things on our own and when we allow God to do things for us. And talking about God, to be honest with you, yes, prayer really give me hope to not give up. And prayer also answer to a lot of questions that I have. Prayer brings solution into my worst situations. I get testimonies, and so many testimonies that I have. People tell me, you will not get that, you will not get that. I I go to God. I don't go to people. Well, you have to pray. You know, if you, I feel like you know what's going on to your life. The fact that you are honest. You see David, He was a man who killed another man and sleep with his wife. And the fact that he was honest to God and he understand what he did was wrong, he asked God for forgiveness. God allowed God allowed David to be a king. So nobody is perfect. The only perfect person I remember in the Bible was Job. And even Job, the devil went to attack him, saying to God, "Oh, it's because he got everything. If you if I'm sure if you take everything away from him, he will not believe like that." So me, one the way that I go to life, I really go live my life with God, to be honest with you. I don't care what people say. I don't live for the world. I don't live for the society. I don't live for nothing. I live for God because He is my creator. Even your own parents can turn against you. Even your own parents can destroy you. But one person who will never destroy you is God. And once I understand that, I am a winner. I am a winner. Nobody can take my peace away. Nobody can take my power away. Nobody can do any harm to me. Even you think you're winning, I allow you to win, but I know someone will come after you. And I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Even if I die, I could not care less and I will be good with it. So, whatever you feel like you need and you have a therapy working for you, change it into God. I don't say don't get help, but ask God for the help. Because to be honest with you, therapy helped me to be open, to speak. But therapy didn't help me to heal everything. If therapy helped me heal, probably just helped me to speak up because I didn't like to speak about it. I felt ashamed. But one thing that I've learned, God helped me to heal. Amen. BJ. God helped me to heal. God helped me to heal, and it's a healing season, and we don't know everything. Even the therapists that we're going, some of them they don't even know everything, you know. I That's why I tell people having a very um relationship with God is very important. And 2 times from driving dead drunk and purposing vacation to make it more fun. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I had friends who told me they always think that I was this girl who going out drank crazy. You see how I'm always dancing, and when they find out when we go out, I just drink juice or I drink water. Like, this girl is very weird. How did you do to have fun? And in my work, they said you don't drink because I used to work in a restaurant and I don't drink at all. And they always see me bringing water, bring my smoothie, and they said, Marie, that's good you don't drink because you're crazy. You always laughing and play. You so hyper. And to tell you that, and I tell people, it's here. Everything is in your energy. God can give you everything you need. That's what I want people to know. Exactly. Um, God can give you everything. That's what we know the answer to anything. We just choose to ignore it. Exactly, BJP. And God can give us everything. Everything. Yesterday I had a friend I was talking to. He said he needs drugs in order for him to focus. When he was young, he did that. I said, no, you don't need it. And he got upset. He said, I am judgmental. I said, no, I'm not judgmental. I'm just being honest with you because I care for you. I said, I never drink in my life. I never smoke. And I don't think I'm perfect on you because I have my own issue. I just deal with it differently. My issue. Everybody has their own problem. But the world, that what they're trying to make you believe is, oh, you're not fun without drugs, you're not fun without this, you're not fun without that. Really, those things you're gonna become. Mary is a natural high. You are. Yes, I am natural high. Naturally high without nothing. Like, and that's why my friend said Marie is crazy because she doesn't even drink. But I have to tell you, I don't drink. All my friends call me Crazy Mary, the way that I am. But one thing that I want to say, and that's one thing, people, they never know 100% of me. Don't judge a book by the cover. It's very true. I was this woman who always dressed very open, very like showing my body. God give me a beautiful shape. I like to show it. You know what? I was virgin. I was 18, I was still virgin. 19, I was still virgin. 20, I was still virgin. And the guy, my first boyfriend, when, yes, it's advantage for you. When he find out I was virgin, I think he came to just sleep with me because he see a nice butt. And guess what? He told me after, he cried. When first time we had sex, he cried. He was more emotional than I. And he said, I never thought, Marie, you were virgin. And I think my first kiss was like at 18, and my friend, we were doing all day things. And that's why your best friend, people who knows you the most, are your childhood friend. My childhood friend and friends, they know me. They will laugh when we talk. Say, Marie, who didn't want to kiss, she said, it's disgusting, is this. So nobody knew that this crazy girl who always in having fun, she always dressing for summertime open, and she was like, she can't even kiss, she can't even that. A lot of times you don't know people. And when I get married again, people said I will never get married because I'm always traveling, I'm always somewhere, I'm always in a fashion show, I'm always having fun. They just portray me as this crazy woman, or this woman who just want to have fun, or this gold digger woman. When they find out I got married, I just focus on my children, cooking. They didn't know that lady can cook. They didn't know that lady. What do they know about me? They didn't know anything. But God knows everything about me. God knows who I am. He is my creator again. I can cover all my body. I can cover everything, and inside is disgusting. I can cover all my head, but inside I am evil. That's why whatever you're doing it with God. And I never speak about God like this. It's because He did so many things in my life. And this divorce was a way for God to touch me deeper and deeper, showing me His power. Because it's easy when you get all the fun in the world. You never been to trial season. You never been to the rough things in your life. You never challenge yourself to know how strong you are, and how resilient that you are. And this divorce show me, and the United States show me who is Marie, and that's one thing. And God really, really show me, don't worry about the world. Don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about the community, the society, what they saying. You must be like this. You must. I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't care. I just do what God wants me to do. Sometimes I'm in my room majority of the time. What I need, I people will never think I'm this woman who pray. I close my door, but I pray. If I have to cry, I cry. I spend time with God. Sometimes I feel weak. I can't even pray. I say, God, help me. So even you can't pray. There's moment you have so much going on into your life. You can't pray. Just say, help me. He hear you. And I wish people could understand that, but it takes time for people to understand it. Me, I didn't understand it either. She's a fast learner. She's very smart, and she's very pretty. With more than the eyes can see. You make me laugh of anything. Be you forever. That's what I love the most. Thank you, BJ. And that's why, to be honest with you, I've learned to not judge people. I've learned to not be this judgmental person, and because someone is a certain way. When we 18, 19, 20, yes, but when you are past 25, 26, you should know better that 27, you should know better that judgment, it's not a good thing. I'll be honest. Yesterday, I told my friend, I said, you don't need alcohol. You don't need that. You don't need it, because I care for him. And I want him to understand that is in his mind. But I told him, I said, I will keep you in my prayer. But he said, I'm judgmental. I think people you love, you have to be honest with them. You have to tell them what you're doing is wrong. You don't need that. You can find another way to do it. And he turned out to tell me, did you know there's drugs in everything? I said, yes, I know. The medicine is drug. I said, well, I don't take medicine. He said, so when you have your two babies, you didn't take epidural? I said, no. And he was like, Marie, you're very weird. How did you have your baby? I said, I had my baby at home. So you didn't have no medicine? No. I went to the hospital, my first baby. I had a midwife, but because they didn't know my blood type, I ended up by having the baby in the hospital. God is good. The person who helped me was a midwife, and I pushed my baby myself. They were upset at me because I pushed the baby. I don't care. I said, I'm not going to have a epidural. I want to have my baby natural. And you think it's because I'm the strongest woman in the world? No. When I was pregnant, I educate myself. I went to this website they call baby boom, something like that. Mothers giving mothers who had such bad experience. They planning, they birth everything. Once they arrive at the hospital, they lose their power. And my ex, he is in the medical field, so he has, just face it, Mary, all the manners everywhere want you. No, I'm not perfect, to be honest. So, um, if they wanted me, I will not be single. They just want, you know what they want? They want to have sex. Because now, all of them saying that once they find out, they won. Said, oh, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm serious. No sex. How come this girl always dancing with her little short? She doesn't want sex. No, because I've learned. So, um, so, I was educating myself mentally. My three things in my life that teach me is not about physical. When I was young, I was very physical. Because people, oh, you should be a model, you should be this, you call me back. When people telling you things, if you're not really connected to God, you can really let it be in your head and think like you're not humble. That was when I was 17, 18. But there's a time, that's why there's apps like Tinder. Yes. There's a time that when I got pregnant, I said I will not have kids because I hate pain. I didn't think that I was that strong. I said I will not have kids, and I love children, but I'm scared to push those babies because when I see how women giving birth, how painful it is, I said, God, I don't want children. And at a point, I have to give birth. my husband need babies. Why you don't want to give birth? That's when you have to confront yourself. And when I started educating myself, I said, no, I don't want to give birth. I really don't want to give birth by C-section if I don't have any issue. Some people, it's not because they want to, it's their health. But a lot of people right now take it as a normal thing. They schedule the day they have to give birth, and they go to the hospital, they give birth. So I didn't want to have anything inside of my body. I prepare myself mentally, and I prepare myself physically. I will go for a long walk while I was big belly. I will cook food that doesn't even taste good, like eating cabbage, just salt. I will cook a lot of how do you call this, kalalu in Creole? What is the name again? I eat a lot of things, like I dance. My body was ready for it. And I've learned in the Haitian culture, there's a oil they call l'huile masquerade, the castor oil, the Haitian black castor oil, very powerful. I would massage my belly. I was prepared for that baby. I'm telling you, my water broke, boom. My ex was like, he's so scared. I'm the. Let me tell you something. I was the man in that relationship. That's why he's scared of me. And his father said, "This lady is Igbo. You know Nigeria? They had Igbo, they had the Yoruba, and they were Igbo people. They were Igbo women. I've learned they're very strong women. His parents said I'm Igbo because I'm a strong woman mentally. And the second baby, I ended up back giving birth to my second baby by myself. Even I had a midwife. When you look like you 18, you blessed with beauty. Not many natural women like you left in the world. I hope you are aware. Yes, thank you, BJP. And that's why I always want people to know that on my TikTok I share a lot of my content about natural, like you can still have children, you can still be a mother, you can still be a mother of 2 or 5 and still be pretty without doing those surgery. What the world is trying to tell us is for us to become like a puppet, like those baby doll or baby doll, I don't know how you call it, that now I can buy beauty and the beauty is in you, right? Everything, God give us everything to be beautiful, but we mess it up. The real beauty, we remove it. Instead of taking care of our skin, let her skin breathe. Put a moisturizing lotion to keep us going. We put makeup. It's okay sometimes to wear makeup. I'm a woman, I wear makeup, but there's people in this world, they cannot stay without makeup. um but one thing that I can tell you is because I cover my hair. You know, I have natural hair. So when you don't cover them, it can become harsh. So that's a protection and it's a soft one. So to tell you that when you started wearing makeup for so long, I had a friend when I was like, when, before I met my husband, my ex-husband, she introduced me to makeup and it looks good. She would be the one to do makeup for me. I never like makeup, to be honest with you. And she makes me become addicted to it. Like if I don't wear makeup, I don't feel pretty. And I become all the time putting this thing and my skin started to be dry. I have a very sensitive skin. My skin started to be ugly. I had all those things. I said no. You know what I do? I remove that. I said I will wear makeup when I want to. When I am home, I let my skin breathe. Even when I go out, I wear lipstick, I wear other thing, my eyes, I don't wear makeup if I don't have to. I wear makeup probably not even 5 times, not even 1 times every month, to tell you. Yes, it does. So, and you know, one thing about natural, when you accept yourself the way that you feel comfortable. You feel the insecurity comes when somebody doesn't accept the will they are. You see me right now with my skin. You see me right now with my bonnet. I don't say I will not go out if I have a date with a bonnet. No, it's not presentable. I will dress out, but I can accept myself. I can go out with my skin like this. I go on date with my skin like this. You know, people needs to love themselves for who they are. And a lot of times we go into do this surgery. I don't know so many women who kill themselves by doing the surgery trying to be beautiful, and they ended up by losing their life, leaving their children behind. And you don't know so many things that God has for them. This person could accomplish later on. Just because they forget about what God has for them for their future, instead they focus on the look and they ended up by dying. And we could, those women could just eating a little bit healthy, doing some exercise. I don't go to the gym. I don't like to go to the gym. But one thing that I like to do is dancing. So I put my music, I dance. And this is a type of exercise. I don't like to go to the gym. I go for a walk. I don't like to go to the gym. I cook healthy. I don't like to go to the gym. I dance. I do things. Do anything. It doesn't need to be the gym. Who said to be the gym or go to the gym? Go. If the gym, first of all, you pay money. If you can save, good for you. If you can do your exercise at home, do it. If you can eat healthy, do it. So we have to be smart. The money that they paying to put this big thing, like for your thing to be big, like, I don't know, cheek, big cheek, while you can get it naturally. The money that you're paying to for your skin to not having, hey, you don't want to have wrinkles, you can do it naturally by eating healthy. All the time I go out, last time I went on a date, oh my God, I hope they didn't put the men uncomfortable, because even women was like, ooh, she's a queen, this beautiful lady, this. I was so like, hey, 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 I have two beautiful children, I'm a mother right here. And guess what? This woman doesn't even have $500,000 in her bank, and she's still looking good. That's the blessing I get from the Lord, and the world cannot give it to me. And I don't even focus on it. I focus is the inside. Because one thing that I know, you can be the most beautiful person in the world with your looks, but when you're not humble, you don't have humility, you become ugly. Nobody wants to be around you. When people give you compliment, you think you this, you cannot say thank you, and you very nice, and give the compliment back. Every time somebody told me, oh, you look so beautiful, I said, you look beautiful too, I love your hair look beautiful too. Don't think, ooh, that's things we learn with time, and understand that that's a blessing from the Lord. I have to take it with good manners. I have to give it back, because this person probably looking at you, and they probably wants to be like you, and let them know they can be like this. Let them know, don't use it against people. And that's why I couldn't be with my ex-husband, because he thinks he's educated in institutionally, and he can use it to put people down by talking down on people, by making people feel lower, by humiliated his community, instead of sharing it to others. And that's one thing. To answer to your question, just someone, so what I do to stay younger, number one, I live a life free of stress. As you can see, that's why a lot of people call me crazy, because I'm always laughing, I'm always smiling, I'm always finding a way to keep me in peace. Even you hear me, I'm dealing with so much drama with my ex-husband. I don't let it destroy me. I don't let it take my smile away. I don't let it to take my peace away. I find a way to keep my life going in peace. Listen to motivational speeches, reading the Bible, and spending time with God, praying and doing yoga, anything, cooking, anything that makes me happy, going for a walk in the sun, in the beach. This keep me happy, I do it. Cook, spending time with myself, talking to my friend, talking to my people. It makes me happy. Watching video that make me laugh makes me happy. That's number one, because laughing, that's something that's an exercise for your face, your muscle. When you laugh all the time, you will stay young. Eating healthy, that's another thing. People always think, oh, food is expensive in the United States. I cannot afford food. It's for the rich. I cannot eat organic. I cannot eat healthy. You can, because if you can buy the next iPhone, you can buy the expensive things, right? Yes, that's why I call you crazy because we laugh together. But I mean, yes, I know. Even all my friends call me like that because of my way. It's not a bad way. It's just how I am. So when people said they cannot buy food because the good food is expensive, I don't believe them, because look at the expensive stuff that they have the highest furniture in the home, expensive. They live in a nice neighborhood, expensive. They have nice iPhone, nice things, expensive computer, clothing, designer clothes, expensive. You wanna tell me you can make a designer rich, you can make your landlord rich, you can make, I don't know, but your skin, your health, your body, you cannot make it healthy? Because I can tell you, I don't buy designer clothes. Any designer clothes that I have is from my ex-husband. Anything that I have is a gift. I don't care for designer, because any clothes that I wear, my expensive body make it looks expensive. Before Exactly. Before you trying to buy designer to look expensive, you have to make your body look expensive. Because in this body, if it's not healthy, you can buy Louis Vuitton. You will look cheap. And somebody who buy a clothes in Pretty Girl, uh, Rainbow, that is not a expensive places to can look more than Louis Vuitton. So that's one thing that I do. I live a um, free drama life. Even my life is very dramatic, but I don't focus on the drama. I focus on the peaceful. I find positive in everything. I laugh a lot. I listen to positive things. I eat healthy. I go for a walk. Even right now I'm working from home, is I don't really go for a walk a lot, but when I can, when I feel stressed, I spend time with myself. I don't try to bother people, create drama. I speak to God. I do things that makes me happy. I really do, and I really put a lot into my health. I am an holistic person. People really think I'm very weird. I gave birth to two of my children naturally. I didn't take any medicine. And why? Because I've heard a lot of story people become addicted to to things that's supposed to be medicine, and they ended up by being a drug addict. And nobody really knows what can happen to them in the future. But I try my best, as an islander, I educate myself, and I try not to be like those people who always a little headache, they think they need to go to the hospital. Everything is hospital, you know? Just, I know I see you dress up in a million times. You can flip switch to $8 anytime you want, bro. Yes, yes, that's a blessing from the Lord. And I wish people could understand that. I really wish people, and I pray all the time. I say, God, teach me to be more humble, because to be honest with you, I don't know what it is about me. Even when I go to a store, if I'm trying a dress, and even last time I went to buy this dress, and the lady asked me, "Are you a model?" When you kept having compliment like this, it can go to your head, especially when you're a mother. You had two kids, and you being to the worst situation, and you see God still sending people to give you great compliment. People still see you as beautiful, as even you don't have a lot of material things, but what others who has such materialistic, what they're looking for, and you have it. And those things, and a lot of people you see who has money, who has power in the world, and they still empty inside. They're looking for drugs, they're looking for to be drunk. It's because they're not connected with themselves, they're not connected with inside of them. When you don't know who you are, you don't love yourself, you don't appreciate yourself, you're gonna be lost, and you're gonna look for excitement in the world. And the world doesn't give excitement. The excitement is coming from God and from you. You ask God for excitement, and He will give it to you. I've learned that. And the same way I'm a very friendly, open person going out. I love being in around a lot of people. The same way I like to be alone. I'm a loner at the same times, because that's when you really spend a lot of times with yourself and with God. You know who you are, and you will not feel lonely when there's no friend around. You will not feel, oh my God, I'm by myself. I need someone. I need to bother someone. That's why I ended up by being single for a long time. Because I've learned, and I can tell you, I've been to a lot of dates. After I pray about them, God always show me the guys speak for themselves. Even they were trying to lie. After I pray, God show me who they are. They tell you the truth. And that's why I told you, just someone, what you said you're dealing with, you really need to pray. Yes, you really need to have a relationship with God. You probably think everything that you've been through and those things, it's happened to you, and they said some personality disorder cannot be fixed. yes, the world cannot fix them, but God can fix them, right? So you have to have a very, very deep relationship. It doesn't need to be deep start in the beginning, but it will get deeper with time, because more things God going to show you when you pray, and you going to get solution to your question. You're gonna get answer to your questions, and you're going to be more faithful with God, to God. You're going to start understand that, wow, God really exists. If I know that before, I will not be where I am now. Yeah, social media is not a place for us to take advice from, to be honest with you. And even in social media is not the right place. It's really not. Even human being, you can trust nobody, even your pastor. You see this pastor, what he did. That's why I tell people, if you cannot go to church, pray in your home. Pray in your home, because it's gonna have a time you're gonna have so many false prophets. So you have to do things in your home. The same way you have a friend, you need to speak to someone because you have a lot going on. Talk to God. Speak to God. When you don't have no friends and want, speak to God. Yes. Speak to God. Share your story to God. Whatever you feel, tell Him. That's really what kept me. When people betray me, friends that I think that I was there for, and instead of them being grateful, they go against me, and they think um they really hurt me. We are in charge of our own self-esteem. Once we give it to someone else, then we lost it. Yes, that's very true, BJ1. So, and those people, betrayal, it's really hard, because even if it's love, friendship, it's really hard. When you trust somebody, you think they are 100% your friend or your husband, and they go against you, they betray you, it's hurtful. But what I've learned, never give up. I don't think because somebody did wrong to me, that's mean the whole entire world is like that. So I've learned to cut those people off. I've learned to stay away from them and start and go to God. Say, God, please connect me with the right connection. Bring people, quality people in my life. Bring good people in my life. Bring people that can help me grow spiritually. Not fake people, not people who gonna comes and again, people like that, they are one thing that I've learned to not um take what people did personally. I've learned that the devil is using people. One second, who's calling me? Oh my god. The devil is using people who is weak. I have to call that number back to the devil is the devil is using people who is weak minded spiritually to do bad thing. Sometimes people do things not because they want to, because they are possessed. And that's why every time I pray, I say, God, use me, use me, please. I pray for my mind. I pray for what I see. I pray for words that will come out in my mind, in my mouth. I pray for my thought. I pray for everything, for my children too, because a lot of things that you see that is going on into this world right now is not from people, it's from the devil. That's the destruction. He using her body to do things, but we are not the one that is in charge. God doesn't give a spirit of jealousy, spirit of evilness, spirit of destruction. That's why I know I'm not stupid, because when somebody did wrong to me and I don't have the hate and say, oh, I will never help someone anymore, I will never trust someone, I will never love anymore. No, when I do, oh, it's because Marie, you're very, very they give me a name, shallow. You're very like what is the name? I don't know. I forgot. So when you are a godly person, whatever they did to you, God will not remove the quality that He gave you. That's what makes you good. Because you were good to someone, they did wrong to you, don't change to be mean. I will never be mean. Because my ex was mean to me, that's mean I will never cook for my future man. That's mean I will be a bad wife. That's mean I will never smile again because you were too smiley. That's why you were too friendly. No, that's my quality. That's who I am. This person just didn't know how to appreciate it. Because you betray me, that's mean I will not trust friend anymore. No, I have to understand, to pray, to ask God to send the right people and to give me wisdom when those people come to my way, to recognize them. Right? So that's one thing that I've learned to do, and God keep them away. Even they, I'm always friendly and he, but at the end of the day, they always reveal themselves. And I'm talking also mainly about date. I go on date, and it doesn't take me a long time to see this man is not for me, and directly, bye. This is not for me, bye. This is not for me, bye. Because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to fall into the same thing. um CBT therapy, what is that thing? So my faith is everything, to be honest with you. That's the most valuable thing that I get from God. Faith. Faith. Someone who lives without faith, they are nothing. Without faith, you cannot, without faith, you can't be a dreamer. You can't accomplish things. People with faith, they will fall, they will come up again. People with faith, they will get betrayed, they will believe again. People with faith, they, I don't know, whatever happened to them, they will start again. If you can't live without people around you 24 hours or having sex all the time, you truly need to look at yourself, because the fierce one you call when something goes wrong is God, not man. Amen. BJ, P1 love. That's very true. And this is in those in this those time that you will understand that, you will understand who you are, you will understand life. Because a lot of times, when we go to difficult time, we try to get somebody to take our pain away by having a boyfriend, by having sex, by doing crazy things, or going out doing drugs, and you know but the really the real time is by spending it with yourself and God, is by spending it, because we don't like to live a lonely life. And it's not even lonely, it's, I would say, a alone life. Sometimes you think, I want to say how good it is when you have so many, you are in a full, but you are lonely inside, right? So a lot of times people think having a lot of friends, it's a good thing. But when you go back home, you by yourself. Those friends, they're not even quality friends. When you having issues, they're not there for you. If you have friends, you can go to shelter because you lose your job. You don't really have friends. That's one thing I've learned from Bishop. He said, if you went to a shelter because you lose your job and you call you have friends, you don't have friends. It's very true, because the real friend will open the door for you. I don't care. I will not allow somebody to go sleep in the street because they lose their job, because they don't have a place to go. I will be there for this friend. I will be there as a human being. I opened my door for a lady that I met. I didn't know her. I let her stay in my place for 3 months. I didn't even tell my cousin that. After I told her, she said, "You know why you say that?" I would tell you, "No, you don't even know people." But one thing that I know, I believe in God, and something tell me, Marie, you cannot leave that lady alone. By to sleep outside. I took the risk, let her sleep in my place. When God is wants you to do something, He will walk in you a certain way. He will force you to take action. That's why people who take action, when you see they abolish slavery, they take action to do things. Those people are godly people. God used in his way to make them take action to break corruption, to break unfairly, to break injustice, to break all these things that have been going on in the world. The unfairly, God never say because I'm black, I am inferior from you. God never say because I have an accent, I am different from you. God never say because I don't have your education level that I am different. I'm a different type of human being. We say that. Society say that, right? So when you don't see human being the same as the same, I see all of us the same. I don't see color. I know God didn't say because you're white, you're black, you're Spanish, you're different from me. And as a godly person, I'm not gonna say as a Christian person because I know religion will bring barriers. So when you see someone is judging each other for what they have in their bank account, what they have, their skin tone, what they have in their mind, what they, because that's what they learn in school. They think, oh, this person is a different type of person, and that's why you see so many people they married because they married because of the social status. She is a doctor, he is a lawyer, we're gonna find the perfect family, and they ended up not being able to work things together, break up. And probably you could marry to a woman or a man who didn't have your education level, but they could connect with you on the human level, right? On the godly part. So that's one thing that I want to say to the world. And that's why now I don't judge people about, oh, I have this, I have that. The first thing, last time a man he spoke to me, he told me, I was listening to him. He had so many questions for me. He asked me, how old are your children? What are you doing with your life? Are you living alone? What do you do for job? What do you this? What do you? I listen to him. I listen. Now I become a listener instead of a talker. And he said, do you have any question for me? And I asked him some question. And after, my last question was, what is your relationship with God? And he started laughing. He said, where is this question coming from? I said, I don't know. And he said, out of nowhere, that's what you asked me. And he told me, and after he asked me, I said, God is my everything. God is my friend. God is my father. God is my mother. God is my everything. Without God, I don't know where I will be. I told him, when I'm happy, I go to God. When I'm sad, I go to God. When I feel lonely, I go to God. I said that's why when a man is coming to my life, I have to ask him, because the man who going to be in my everyday life, he has to have a godly relationship with God. I don't ask you to always go to church, to always fake it, to always he that I am this, but I want to know deeply inside, what is your relationship with God? Are you this person who check on you when you sin? When you do something wrong, I told you about this banker. I know I was doing something wrong because it wasn't my husband, and God touching me in my gut that, Mary, you doing something wrong. It doesn't matter both of you are single, you doing something wrong. You giving your body to this man, and this man, you not even where you supposed to be. And I go to God, and I told him first. I kept telling him, I said, I feel I'm doing something wrong. He think I was crazy, because it's like, what you doing wrong? You single, I'm single, what's wrong? And we know each other for a long time, but I know I was doing something wrong. God told me I was doing something wrong, so I had to go and say, God, please help me to break this nonsense connection, because you know this man is not for me. You know I'm not for him. If you're not working on him, he refused to change, that means he's not the man that you have for me. And I have to go. Even he called me I'm selfish, but God knows that's not selfish of me. That was selfish of me to do something that is not for me, doing something with someone that is not for me. So living alone, not having sex every day, or for years I'm not having sex, doesn't change the woman that I am. into a bad person. Actually, it's helping me to become such a better person. And he helps me also to remove bad people who will come to my life, because once they come, you say that, they run away, because what they come for, they know they will not get it. So who she thinks she is? She has two kids and she did this, she did that. Yes, I made a mistake. My kids are not the mistake. I made a mistake to have sex with a man before marriage and have children with him. Just focus physically and sexually without even knowing what this person has emotionally, mentally. We didn't connect to a deeper level. And that's when I becoming this woman coming into this drama, and that's why I'm paying the price and my kids are paying the price. And I understand that karma is not only because people speak about karma. Karma is also what you did. God will teach you by your experience, right? By what you did in the past. If you don't learn from your mistake, you will never grow. Don't think you're going to school to learn from your mistake. You learn from your mistake. Sometimes you have to go to some craziness to learn and to know who you are, who you're going to become, the person that you are. Being honest with yourself. You don't need to wait for mommy and daddy to tell you things, right? YouTube. YouTube censoring is annoying. Can you mod me the duration of the stream so I can have to be super careful how I word my things without triggering the world filter? What do you mean by that? I said poop with a synonym and it's hide my comment. Oh, sorry, I don't have power, but YouTube. You know, YouTube is a. I'm going for a walk right now because I wake up today kind of stressed out. I supposed to have my kids. The man didn't bring them. So I said I'm not gonna allow this to stop me. Um yeah, so I'm going for a walk, guys. I wanted to share a little bit of, oh my god, a little bit of those things that the world is trying to tell us we needs to be, instead of listening to the world. Yes, that's very true, BJP. Instead of learning from this world, this broken world, this world who needs heal to be healed, we need to learn from God. We need to learn from ourselves as individual, what we did bad, how we could fix it. And if we don't know how we could fix it, go back to God and say, can you visualize my life, God? Can you go back and tell me what I did wrong and help me to learn from it? Give me wisdom, give me discernment, and teach me. Nobody is perfect. I am really far from being perfect, but one thing that I know, the more I am very, very honest with myself before I go to people's life and tell them what to do. I go by what I need to do, what I made. I made a mistake and I'm clearly aware of the mistake that I made. And I don't have to beat myself. I have learned from it. I don't have to go back and saying, oh, all men are the same. All Nigerian men are the same. Nigerian people are like that. Black men are like that. Instead, I've learned and I fix it. And I ask God the discernment to learn, to not making the same mistake, to understand when somebody come to my life is not the right person, stop them. And that's it. Guys, it was that hair is just beautiful. I know it smells different. Oh my god, yes. So I know you guys, today's Sunday. I'm going for a walk in the beach and have a wonderful day. And with, because she was religious. Religious doesn't mean anything. I am far from from being a religious person, as you can see. But spiritual is number one. Like, a person can cover themselves. A person can make you believe they're virgin, and when you go you have sex with them, they're very open. I'm sorry to say that. A woman can say, ooh, or a man, I am godly. We see what's going on in the church. We see how some pastors, I don't want to say all of them because there are great pastor in here that helping people to God using to help people, but there are pastors also who are taking money from people, who are sleeping with other people in the church, who are cheating, abusing their wife, so that's why I always say, I don't go by looks. I don't go by what people have. I go by what you have inside in the heart, and how this person can be honest with me, how this person has integrity. And we human, we're gonna fail sometimes, but is knowing why you did that, and go check on yourself. Be honest with you, not trying to blame others. Oh, it didn't work. It's because of you. It's because of you. I was perfect. I always do this. I always do that. You didn't do nothing. Thank you, BJ. Thank you, just someone. And again, just someone. Don't forget, I told you to have a relationship with God, and knowing that nobody is perfect. You have your rough time. There's a reason you have it. One day you will say, this young lady in this YouTube tell me that today, just take your time, say, God, please, how can you walk with me? How can you talk to me? How you can show me what I need to fix? The healing that I go to therapists, can you heal it yourself? Because those therapists, you give them the wisdom to learn from school to teach me, but I know you have the power to do all these things to you. And just speak with God as your friend, and I can tell you he can heal you, because I was a mess when I left my ex. The only thing I didn't do is drug, smoking, drinking, and because I wasn't raised in a family like that, but I was a mess. I cut my hair, I cry, I dance, I laugh, I was to a roller coaster, um back and forth emotion. But once I find God, even I didn't baptize at that time, but my relationship, the time was coming when I know I have to say, for everything God has did for me, he saved me from this monster situation, from this evil, horrible situation. And I said, I have to be grateful to God. The only thing I could do is reborn again, give my life to God. And if I made mistake, even I give my life to God, I go back to him and talk to him and ask him for forgiveness, not doing it anymore. So don't wait on people, wait on God. If I can say it, it's because I live it. Okay, nobody can take anything away from you. Nobody can tell you you cannot be this, you cannot be that. Whatever situation you dealing right now, God is preparing you to become the person he wants you to become. If you never been to rejection, you cannot become the person God wants you to become, right? And I deal with so many rejection. Even, oh, people always tell me, you look beautiful, you look this, you look that, you this, you look younger. I can't believe you a mother. But yes, I have to write my book. Pray for me, for God to help me. But guess what? I've been to so much humiliation in my life from this divorce. I've been calling liars in court for and when the person is lie, I've been to so much. Sometimes I just can't even speak. I just have the tears coming out in my eyes. I just sometimes I go, I'm even upset against God. I say, God, why? Why me? Why me? I was a child that never smoked, that never drank, that never do anything wrong to people. I'm always being a loving person. Why this fall in me, God? Do you really care for me? Why this person always winning in court when he's an evil person? He's doing corruption, manipulation, and you don't do nothing. But at the time, I said, God, I know you're working. Even that's why my friend, she said, Marie, you need to read Job in the book, because your life, sometimes when you speak to God, you almost like Job in the book. And I read Job and I started laughing. And there's a part in the book of Job, I started crying. And I said, wow, I can relate to it. And that's why it's good to read the Bible, because in the Bible, there's always a story in the Bible that can connect with with something you're dealing, right? And I think the best thing is courage, and the courage that you can have it from God. The resilient you don't have, you will have it from him. The person that you don't know you are, he will tell you who you are. The faith that you don't have, he will give it to you. The strength that you don't have, he will give it to you. When I feel weak, I go to God, I say, God, give me the strength. When I feel weak, I am strong in Jesus' name. When I feel poor, I am wealthy in Jesus' name. When I am sick, I know I am healthy in Jesus' name. When I am sad, I know I am happy in Jesus' name. When people telling me who I am not, I know who I am in Jesus' name. I don't need to prove who I am to people, right? And when you see me speaking like that, guys, I'm speaking the truth, what I'm living, what I've been through, and I'm speaking from the heart. And it's something that pushed me to speak like that, because I'm not the type of person who used to speak about God at all. I'm just this girl who always go out having fun. But I have to go to this trial, to this nonsense situation, to this drama, to this horrible situation when my children have been abused to it. My children now ended up dealing with it. So now I know who I am. Oh, you just answer yourself. It was because you was too nice and too easy for people, so they mistreat you. Now you like coarse skin. You can't feel a thing. Yes. Yes, so now I know. I was this free spirit person, just go to the world, just think it's white and black, and just trusting everyone. Now, before you come to my life, you have to pass the test. Who you are? Hey, man wants to know who you are. Are you gonna wait? Are you gonna before I open my door for you? God have to give me the green light. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sunday and continue to pray. Bye.